Hello there, Seraphim17 once again. This is my God Hand hard mode fun run. This is stage 2-5 to 3 Stooges, and the audio here is kinda there, but it's a little not the best. What I've had to do, guys, is I've elevated the game audio a little bit so you can kinda still hear what's happening, and then I've put the actual soundtrack to the song that plays right now just underneath that so that it still sounds a little bit like what it should, because I fucked up again. I don't know why I do this, but I do. It's an oversight on my side, and it's stupid, but it happens. And this fight took me a long time to do, because this is 3 bosses in a row, and it's a bit of a gauntlet, because it's so easy to take damage here, and I didn't want to use save states, and I didn't. But what ended up happening is my Conchita fight was the safest, most boring spank fest you've ever watched. And there's nothing wrong with that, it was perfectly fine at what it was, but I wanted to get something a bit better, so I ended up saving after the first 2 bosses, and then fighting her on its own checkpoint after I'd done it. And what I've done here, guys, is I've spliced each of the most interesting fights together. And I know that's not, super pro mode, God Hand, the way that those players do it, but it's the way I've done it, so I've got the most interesting thing to watch. And admittedly, this is not the sexiest bunch of fights. If it was New Game Plus, I could have used some really crazy moves, but I just don't have them. So instead, I'm going to do a mixture of high side kick into high kick into roundhouse, which is the left roundhouse because I bought the sushi, and I'm going to do some juggles, some prop ups, some counter hits, and I'm going to put a lot of pressure on these bosses because pressure wins in this game. It beats everybody, but especially these guys. And then I'm going to do the stun moves, and I'm going to build my God Hand, which I'm going to use for Conchita. And I'm going to do a massive fail at the end of it because I was panicking, because I was excited that I'd got a good run, which is just bloody typical. But I'm going to be aggressive on this fight for one good reason, aside from that it beats everything in this game. The next time we fight these enemies, it will be 2 at a time, oftentimes 3 at a time, and in that fight you will not see me being all that aggressive because I can't. I'll get hit. So you're going to see me doing a lot of counter hits in that fight, and a lot of different strategies, so it'll be 2 completely contrasting boss fights, and hopefully it's fun to watch. But here is Conchita as I juggle her in the corner, and then I prop her over and kick her again. She's going to do this move. You see that? One of the hardest moves in the game to avoid that move, and did you see what I did? I backflipped it twice, and it worked. It's going to happen again, and we're going to do the same thing. The other way to counter it is to do something called sidestep cancelling, which is essentially mash sidestep and mash jab at the same time. Bam, 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 and you will do crazy fast side dodges. Here it is. See what I do? She breaks my guard. The moment the first swing's about to hit me, I backflip. I don't mash backflip, and then I backflip just after the recovery frames. Dodges it every time. I thought that move was undodgeable, but it's not. And it goes to show, guys, the more you know, the easier the game gets. And I thought I had 2 orbs here, so I chain yanked her. I go into God Hand. I wanted to knock her up with an uppercut, and then I wanted to do a God Hand reel move, and then I realised I didn't bloody have one. So my ending was a fail. But that is the 3 Stooges. Thank you very much for watching, and you take care now.